Okay, what we're taking down is these pumpkins. They're not meant to grow up, they're meant to sprawl out, but we wanted to keep them in here as long as we could. I feel like a couple of these are really healthy, and we have enough that if they don't all do well, we'll be okay. So taking the pumpkins, the echinacea, we will plant in a pot and put on the back porch. The zinnias will pot and put on the back porch. And then these are watermelon. The tomatoes we need to pot up. They're just a mess right now, so we'll do those later. So we're going to take the pumpkins, the watermelons, the black-eyed Susans, the rest of the watermelons, and the zinnias and echinacea, which I'll set over here, will go into a pot. Now, if you're wondering why the zinnias look terrible, it's because we had a hot day, it got hot in here, and they got scorched. Now, zinnias are pretty hardy, so I'm still going to pot these up. I bet they'll still grow. They're also a perennial, from what I remember. So if we plant them this year, they're likely to come back next year. Same thing with echinacea. So it's okay not to throw these away. I expect they'll reseed themselves and come up again next year. Down here at the garden behind the shop, we planted these yesterday. It feels like it was longer than yesterday, but we just planted them yesterday. The cabbage has already perked back up, and I think the cabbage is going to do fine. This pumpkin is still thinking about it, so don't worry. Even if that pumpkin has a hard time, we could clip it back and let it regrow, and you still have time to get pumpkins by October. That one's doing okay. Do you see how these leaves perked up? But in the meantime, these got scorched when they came out. That happens. Same thing here on the, zucchini. And that was a volunteer pumpkin. Also, I remember that strawberry was a volunteer up. I think I was trying to figure out where it was from the other day. This one we bought. But these are looking better. They're not at their best yet, but they are getting there. Now, this is our little supply. Pumpkins, some flowers, which are black-eyed Susans, and some watermelon. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about putting these out. See how that watermelon has really bad leaf curl that's curling up? We'll have to treat that for either it's missing iron or it has some kind of pest on it. This is what we're looking for with watermelon. So curling leaves is always a sign of distress. So you want to check out and see what's going on with the plant. So let's go ahead and plant our watermelon in this row and continue with the pumpkins in that row right there. Watermelon row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The store-bought ones at the end, and the rest of the 8 are the ones that I grew. Let's plant the rest of the pumpkins next. these seedlings were definitely smaller. I believe they're pumpkin because they were in the pumpkin row. And they do look like pumpkin. It's possible they're watermelon, but I think they're pumpkin. This size is ideal. This is really ideal because we can mound it up. The reason I'm creating a mound is to not expose the root system to the sun out here, but also to kind of hold it, because the thing about viney crops is that they have a hollow center to their stem, and so they're really being supported by the exterior of the plant. And if it bends or pinches, it's likely to die. So this is the ideal size to transplant these out here. I would say when your seedling is that size, harden them off, get them out here. The size that's not exactly ideal, but could work, is this size. This is a very healthy plant. If it survives transplanting, this is awesome. But it gets very weepy and goes into a little bit of shock, so that might not work. Now, backup plans. Backup plans. This one pinched, just like I said, hollow in the center. So you could see if it survives, or you bring your seedlings out and just pop one more in there in case it doesn't make it. So I brought our seeds out, and the ones that look a little haggard, I'm just gonna pop a seed in there. We still have time to get these before Halloween. And so I'm gonna maybe do that for 1 or 2 of these. And then I might finish off the row. Same thing with the watermelon. I brought these out, got these planted. But just having a backup plan is a good idea. This is the one that is furthest along. And ideally, I hope that one gets going. And these are sugar babies here. And then this one was a crimson, I believe. Yeah, crimson watermelon, which is this one. So I'm gonna see how much soil I have to keep going. And then, like I said, backup plan is put a seed in the ones that don't look like they're gonna make it. Okay, guys? And again, this is still coming back from being in shock, but it will do incredibly well. So don't worry about these. It does go into a little bit of shock and the leaves get a little burnt, but that's okay. This one I hope comes back because it had some real growth put on, but the cabbage is happy as can be. So I'll do a time lapse to show you what I will continue doing seeding. Okay, so PS to this video, I finished the pumpkins with seeds all the way out and did the watermelon about halfway, and then right by the cabbage I went ahead and seeded sunflowers. And these are kind of my favorite ones. These drip lines, again, we've talked about, will come on, but I want the plants to get water right away when they're trying to transition. And you can get caught in the predicament of overwatering when you're worried about them sustaining new life in a new location. So just be careful of that. I turned it down. I'll probably do this for about 30 minutes and then turn it off. So these are the new sunflowers. This is what they're going to look like. I think they're called lion's head dandelion. I cut off the top so I can't remember, but I love the way they look.
We'll plant more, not dandelions, sunflowers. We'll plant more sunflowers in here. And again, that last bit is all pumpkins. So the pumpkins we put in there, I started with the Cinderella pumpkins, which I love, fairy tale. Then we went to the regular jack-o'-lantern, and then we did the small sugar. And I'm gonna harvest most of these for my kids and decorations, and if I have any extra, I'll give it to my family. And then watermelon right there. So thanks, guys. Hopefully you got a little bit out of this. I mean, we have some succession planting where we've got, you know, larger plants from a nursery, seedlings that we put out here, seedlings that came on further on, and then seeds. So we'll see how they do, see which one gets to the end of the season to be harvested, and we'll continue to plant out here. Thanks so much. Have a great day. If you could subscribe, like this, share it if you like. If you see people who are interested, if you know of anyone who's interested in gardening but doesn't feel like they are an expert and might need somebody to encourage them along, ask them to watch my page. I certainly think that we don't know what we're doing, but over the years we've gotten better at it. I follow a lot of gardeners that I aspire to be like, and one day maybe we will, but in the meantime we're true to who we are. We're just backyard gardeners, and we're trying to make the best of what we have. So thank you so much. See you in the next one.